Hi guys, in this video we're doing some testing on the stock movement or branch transfers. So let's have a look. I'm going to go to my stock adjustment, and on my stock adjustment this is the same screen I would do stock takes, but what we want to do is we're actually going to transfer stock. And just to give you some context, I've just created two test items. So branch 1 has got a quantity of 59 of new item, and it's got a quantity of 25. So I'm going to transfer 9 of these and 5 of these to my branch 2. There's two ways of doing it. It's initiating it from the warehouse, which is a hive, which I'm going to do first, and then I'll do it from the warehouse, the individual branch as well. Okay, let's go. So what I want to do is I want to select the branch transfer. I'm going to create a new one. It gives me a default name. And then what I want to do is I'm just going to list all the items here, and I'm going to say this one and this one I want to add to my list. So they are added. Let's have a look. So we can see these are the quantities, and what I want to do is I want to transfer, I'm going to say -9. I'm going to transfer that out, and in this stage I'm going to say -5. Alright, and then what we're going to do is we're going to say this is going to branch 2, and it's coming from branch 1. Alright, so let's do the transfer. Just going to select process that. Alright, perfect. So just a note, you'll see the quantities have adjusted, but this setup is done so the point of sale is governing the stock, but the hive has adjusted it so long, but the point of sale will also adjust it. So just a note on that. Alright, let's have a look what this looks like. So we can see that we've done, let me just find the correct one here. I've done a few tests. Yeah, this is the one. Alright, so branch 1 is got a pending status, and it's going to branch 2 and it's also pending, right? And we move 9 out and 5 out. What I'm going to do next, I'm just going to open the branch. I've now opened my branch 1. I'm going to go to inventory. I'm just going to click on the hive sync just to make sure that I do have all my branch transfers. Let's go branch transfer, and we can see here it sits. So I'm just going to double click this one so we can see. So what I've done, I've initiated a transfer from the hive, but in this case our point of sales is governing our stock, so we've got brick and mortar sites that actually have the stock holding, so I can only initiate it from the hive, but it is still a process. So the team on this side is now seeing that they've got a transfer they need to fulfill. And just to recap what the screen says, we've got a stock transfer. It's still in a pending branch 1 to branch 2, and branch status is important. This is the actual status of branch 2. So the same for the hive. You can see the branch 1 is pending, and it's also pending at branch 2. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to click on my process button. So it's now packed, good to go, all the goods are ready, and the branch, we can see it's now complete branch, and now we need to set the pending or process it at branch 2. So let me open that branch quickly. Alright, so I've opened branch 2. I'm just going to click on the sync again just to fast track it. Let's go branch transfer. And we can see there's a pending stock transfer that is sitting on this side. And let's have a look what it looks like. So we can see that the stock quantity is still 0, but we are moving 9 in and 5 in. So let's just go ahead and before we do that, let's have a look what it looks like on the hive. I'm just going to click my refresh button, so we can see that branch 1 is now sitting at processed, branch 2 is waiting for pending. Sorry, it was this one, and you can see at the bottom. So what I'm going to do is let's just process it. I'm back to branch 2, processing it. Good. And you can see the quantities have now updated there. We can see that the status is processed at this branch, so it's completed branch 1, processed there. Let's have a look in the hive. Let's just click on the refresh button. And there we go, it's processed. Now it's jumping around. Let me just find the correct one. So processed there, branch 2 processed, and there's our quantities. Let's go back here, let's just click refresh, and we can see it's from 50 to 925. So that's the branch transfer. And then maybe just to recap how we do it on this side is we can also create the transfer from this location. So I'm just going to do a branch transfer. I'm actually going to move these two items back. So we want these two items, and I'm going to move them out again, and we'll move 5 again, and I'm going to select my branch. I'm going back to Lloyd is actually my branch 1, so I'm processing that. Okay, perfect. So just jumping to my hive, let's have a look. There we go, branch 2 is now popped up, it's processed. I can see that I've got 9 moving out of branch 2, and it's waiting for a pending at branch 1. So I'm back to branch 1, fast tracking, just checking what's going on. Let's have a look. There we go, I've got a pending one sitting here. Clicking on that, I can see it's positive, so it's moving it back into stock. I'm just going to click this one on process. Okay, fantastic. So I'm back on my hive. I'm going to click the process button, and let's see what happened. Okay, they were still syncing. And let's just see, where's this one? There we go. So it's moved back, it's all processed. Having a look here. There we go. And just clicking refresh, it took a moment, so the stock has now been updated and it's sent from the branch. Okay, so let's just do one more. So the scenario would be, let's go back to this branch. This is sitting at branch 1, and we are now transferring. Let's create another transfer. Just a note, you can create your request as well. Just select your request, but we're busy with transfers. And what I want to do is I'm going to do a transfer. I'm going to take this item, and I'm going to say I'm going to move 9 out. So it should go back to 50, and we're moving the stock to branch 2, processing that one. Okay, there we go, it's sitting at 50. And the scenario now is, it's having a look, so it's actually changed it already. Having a look at this one, here we go, it's processed. It's this one, branch 2, and it's not fulfilled. So what I'm going to do is, you'll notice at the bottom it's saying it was 9 requested, 9 processed, and I'm actually going to process less, so you can pick up your variance if it's if you're missing one at time of processing at branch 2. So here we go, we're back at branch 2. Let's go branch transfers. Here's the one sitting, and we've got 9. In this case, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to say I only got 7, and I'm going to process the 7. Alright, so let's have a look. That's all processed, all done. So where did the other 2 go? Not sure. It could have been damaged, lost in transit. So we're back on the hive. Let's just click on this one. Alright, this one. So here we can see we had a request of 9, we had a variance of 2, and only 7 was processed. And this is, you can query and just resolve that. But this is a quick overview and summary of the different ways of actually moving and shifting stock between branches. If you need more info, please feel free to pop a mail at lloyd@bizzfo.co.za.